Hello, everyone. How are you today? I'm so grateful to be able to connect. I just got off an amazing live with a dear colleague of mine, and I wanted to go live today over something that keeps showing up consistently with leaders and high performers and individuals that are struggling to feel their best. And the truth is often it could be as simple as sleep, right? So I work with patients all the time. I just worked with a patient yesterday, a new patient of mine who came into the clinic and said he's tried everything that has to do with sleep, right? And so we went through the whole list of things, and what was never talked about was nutrition and really relaxing the nervous system, like meditation or prayer, and getting into like that really true calm energy that gets to happen. Because the truth is that we are all running in so many different directions and balancing a lot, right? And so when I worked with him, he had aha moments that he wasn't even thinking about. Like he had done the sleep apnea, Ambien, the clonazepam, like all the medications, and he just wasn't feeling great when he was waking up in the morning. And so we were trying to go through figuring out the root cause. So we were able to put like a customized treatment plan together. I can't give you any results right now because this was just yesterday, right? And so we've set him on that journey. So I wanted to show up today and I want to ask you a question. Like, let's be real. How many people that are watching this right now or watching it on a replay woke up this morning and truly felt rested? Not just I got through the night, but actually energized, clear-headed, and like ready to take on the day. Drop sleep in the chat and let me know if that's you. Like you slept soundly, you jumped out of bed and you're ready to go. Most people that I work with are struggling shutting their mind off. So there's usually one of two scenarios. They sleep, they lay down, they go to sleep, and they're so exhausted. So they go right off to sleep. Or the other scenario is they lay down to go to sleep and then they ruminate these thoughts, and these thoughts keep going around in their mind about what are they going to do? What did they do all day? How are they going to reenact the whole day? What's tomorrow going to look like? Like, how am I going to build out tomorrow? Like, I have so many things that I have to worry about. And the reality is that we all have a lot to worry about. But the real truth is if we're not sleeping, we're not healing. And so sleep is such a huge subject that comes to me every single day. I will tell you just about every patient I work with. There may be like, I would say 20% of the population is sleeping really well, but most people aren't. So if you are running on fumes, you are not alone. So here's some numbers. Over 70 million Americans struggle with sleep. And high achievers, executives, C-suites, leaders, entrepreneurs, they are often the ones that struggle the most because they're going to get so much done in a day and they're going to keep going. And what's the first thing that they're going to give up is sleep and working out and probably food prepping. But I want to ask you, the real question is this: what is really happening inside your body when you're stuck in this exhaustion cycle, and how is it silently sabotaging your success? Everyone talks about working harder, pushing through, grinding grinding to get to their success, right? But what if I told you that the real secret weapon for peak performance isn't another late night of hustle? It's actually deep, restorative REM sleep and fun. How many are you having fun, enjoying their life, feeling like freedom is at their hands? Like how many people are enjoying that? Drop fun in the chat if that's you. Why do so many high achievers and goal-oriented individuals sacrifice the one thing that could make them sharper, be clear, be stronger, and more successful? In today's culture, when we're trying to climb and make ourselves better, and we're about like 3 to 5% of the population, we equate success with hustle and long hours and pushing through exhaustion, right? But what most people don't realize is that chronic sleep deprivation is slowly destroying your health, your brain, and your ability to sustain that peak performance and get to the next level. Because we know that when you're grounded and you're in flow and you're moving through your day to day activities, like things get done when you're more well rested and you can get them done shorter. You're not doing that rumination. I am seeing now since in the CDC since 2024 that 1 in 3 adults don't get enough sleep. And that's 70 million people like I just talked about in the American population. So this is research from Harvard Medical School. It confirms that even one night of sleep deprivation can lower your cognitive, your brain function, weaken your immune system, and increase stress hormone levels. Really? Just one night? I want to ask you, what do you think, those of you that are live, what do you think the real cost of poor sleep is? Drop it in the chat. What is the cost of poor sleep? 1, cognitive decline. Your memory, your focus, and your problem solving skills decrease. That's why I said when you're well rested, you can shorten the time of you getting things done. The other thing that you hear me talk about is increased cortisol and stress. Chronic sleep spikes your cortisol. Sorry, chronic sleep deprivation spikes your cortisol. It keeps your body in this state of like that fight or flight, that go, 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 which can lead to burnout and poor decision making. Those of you that are wanting to lose weight, listen here, it weakens your metabolism. So when you have lack of sleep, it disrupts your hormones like ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, and leptin, which tells you you're full. This can lead to weight gain. Like just getting sleep alone can help you lose weight. Faster aging and a higher disease risk. Chronic inflammation from poor sleep, it's linked to heart disease, it's linked to diabetes, and even neurodegenerative disorders. How many are with me right now? The bottom line is this: without restorative sleep, your body and your brain never fully recover. And over time, this undermines your ability to achieve and sustain success. What do you think is happening inside the body when you don't sleep well? How does cortisol play a role in that? When we don't sleep, we enter a high stress, high cortisol survival mode that destroys productivity, accelerating aging, and it actually blocks recovery. I want to talk to you the science behind it. So those of you that are analyzers and want to understand the science, cortisol, your stress hormone, should be high in the morning and it should taper off at night. And you have a little bit of blip between 2 to 4 p.m. and then you drop off and then melatonin kicks in and it says, okay, it's time to sleep. If that's disruptive, then you'd have lack of sleep, right? The other piece is chronic stress, irregular eating, and a lack of sleep disrupt your cortisol rhythm, causing it to spike at night and making it impossible to actually relax and get to sleep. High cortisol also triggers your racing thoughts, your restlessness, and even 2 a.m. wake-up calls. Like, hello, wake up. This keeps the nervous system on overdrive, which is a big problem in our society today. And guess what? Over time, this creates adrenal dysfunction, inflammation in the body, and even burnout. And then what does that lead to? Hormonal disturbances, anxiety, and even depression. So when you go to the doctor's office because you're not sleeping well and you're experiencing depression from lack of sleep, they're most likely going to put you on an antidepressant, but is that the root cause of what's truly going on in your body? That's where I like to work, right? So it's like the gentleman that I spoke about in the beginning, it's like, really, what is the root cause of what's happening here? Right? What is going on to cause you to not sleep? So this cycle of cortisol, it kind of looks like this. I want to paint a picture for those of you that are on here that are visual. Late nights, increased cortisol, poor sleep, more stress, more exhaustion, lower performance, and then burnout. So without fixing your cortisol and stress, your body is literally fighting against your own success of where you want to go, whatever that dream is for you. Right? And so next, I want to talk about the biggest misconceptions about sleep and high performance. Are you guys with me? Drop a yes in the chat. Right. 100%. Yes. Right. So some of the biggest misconceptions are this that I deal with in my clinic. I can catch up on sleep later. You know what? Sleep debt is cumulative. Missing even 1 to 2 hours a night for a week lowers your brain function as much as being illegally drunk. That is a study out of the University of Pennsylvania. You can't just make up for it on weekends. Another myth. Dr. Donahue, I only really need 5 to 6 hours of sleep, right? Well, you got to figure out what works for you. But on average with the studies, your body requires 7 to 9 hours of full cellular deep sleep. Sorry, full cellular repair with deep sleep, right? So if you're getting less than that 6 hours a night, this increases the risk of heart disease by 48%, and it actually lowers testosterone and human growth levels, reducing your muscle recovery and focus. That comes out of the National Sleep Foundation. The last myth I want to talk about, I'm sure there's many out there. I just wanted to hit the high level ones. I need to just push through this exhaustion to get to the other side. This is so false. Chronic exhaustion, again, it drives your cortisol up. It increases your inflammatory cytokines, which causes this extra inflammation in the body. It weakens your immune system because your cortisol is on high, and it makes you more prone to all these viruses and bacterial infections and illness, along with brain fog and mood swings. I'm going to tell you something. Your performance actually declines. So high achievers don't need to work more. The goal-oriented individuals, they actually need to recover smarter so their brains can operate at peak capacity. Right? So those of you that think that you can live on just like 4 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep, and if like you're going through grief, you may need more sleep. Right? So I want to go over some of the biggest signs that your sleep issues are affecting your health and success. If you're experiencing any of these, my friends, your body is telling you it needs help. Are you waking up feeling exhausted no matter how long you sleep? You get a second wind at night and you can't wind down? Drop a me in the chat as I list these and let me know if there's any that connect to you. You rely on caffeine or sugar to push through the day. You feel irritable or anxious or emotionally drained. Oh my gosh, that happens because then your relationships and your family and your loved ones, you're irritable to them, right? Or you hit that afternoon energy crash like we were talking about earlier, 2 to 4 p.m., and then you go for that sugar or that caffeine and you're struggling to focus all day. And the last one that I think about is your metabolism feels slow and you're gaining weight despite good habits. All of these are signs of high cortisol, poor sleep quality, and nervous system overload. And unless you address the root cause, it only gets worse. It only gets worse. You get to address your sleep and time to relax, meditate, and breathe. Like I tell my patients, one of the first things you can do is if you're feeling stressed, step back, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 8. That's a way to tell your nervous system you're calming it, that you're connected to it and you're breathing into it. So you're going to say, well, Dr. Donahue, what's the solution? How can I fix my sleep as a high performer and rebalance my cortisol and still operate at my highest level? Because I have all these goals and dreams, right? It's not about just getting more sleep. It's about the right kind of sleep, right? It's so important to get deep REM sleep so that when you wake up, you feel rested. You feel like you've rebuilt your body and you're ready to go. So I'm going to drop in the chat my holistic sleep solution. Click on it, download it, and you're going to say to me, what is it going to help me with? It's going to help you balance your cortisol with nutrition. Eating balanced meals prevents blood sugar crashes. If you have a blood sugar crash and you're not eating well and you're starving the body or whatever that looks like, you can spike your cortisol at night, which wakes you up. Think about avoiding caffeine like after 2 to 3 p.m. and limit your processed sugars that disrupt your sleep cycles. Are you eating enough protein? 0.6 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, your ideal body weight, not what you weigh right now. If your ideal body weight is what you weigh right now, that's about what you should be eating. Create a pro-sleep evening ritual. It's going to take you through how to do that, using breathing exercises to shift out of that fight or flight mode. Stop using screens 2 hours before bed. How about focusing on relaxing activities like maybe a bath with lit candles or some chamomile tea, or stretching, or having a calming conversation with a loved one. Don't start reading emails and worrying about what's going on before bed. It's going to also teach you how to optimize your sleep sanctuary, like where you get to sleep every day. And if you do all of this, it's going to help you reduce your stress and your nighttime cortisol. So your next steps to better sleep and peak performance are in this guide. I just want to summarize this. High performers, executives, leaders, people that are goal-oriented, trying to do all the things, don't just work hard. They recover hard. If you want to sustain success and actually build your resistance and avoid burnout, 100% sleep must be a non-negotiable part of your strategy. It shouldn't be the first thing that you let go of. And this is why I created the holistic sleep solution. No more sleepless nights, no more groggy mornings, no more fighting against your own biology. Right? Show up and really learn, what do you need to do to sleep more soundly so that you can truly heal. These are hard-hitting facts for a lot of people. Like, they're emotional because we as high-level individuals want to keep pushing through. We think the more we work, the more we get done, the longer days, we're going to get to what we want to create that are dreams, right? So it's time now, my friends, that you get to unlock the secret to deep restorative sleep naturally. You get to show up every day, chasing your goals, making things happen. But I want to ask you again, recheck in with yourself. When was the last time you truly woke up feeling refreshed and focused and energized? Drop me in the chat if that's you. And I mean, without you pushing through, without caffeine, without sugar, or even without sheer willpower. Are you struggling with your mind not shutting off at night? Are you waking up exhausted no matter how much you sleep? If stress and racing thoughts or 2 a.m. wake ups are ruining your nights, your body is speaking to you and it's time to listen. The Restful Night Blueprint isn't just another sleep guide. It's really science backed, a holistic roadmap that I use with my patients in the clinic. Like I shared with you this gentleman the other day, to resetting your body's natural rhythm, calming your overactive stress hormones, and finally reclaiming deep healing sleep without sleep aids or quick fixes. So I put the link in the chat. Download the Restful Night Blueprint now and wake up to a new you, what I like to call the healthiest version of you. And I want to close this with my friends. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's truly the foundation of your success, your health, and your energy. And it's time for you to take that back for yourself. It's time for you to start to sleep more soundly. I am sending you so many blessings, and thank you to those of you that showed up today, that listened and heard. Go download the Restful Night Sleep Guide. It will take you through healing. I'm showing up for you because I care about you, I love you, and I want you to start to heal your chronic disease. But if you're not sleeping well, we're in Heart Health Month right now. Inflammation to the heart and the arteries will not be helped if you're not sleeping. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. I'm sending you so much love, and thank you for being you.